Why do you keep doing it more than once? It's going red every time. It's just scared of the input.
I'm trying to test the level.
Oh, God. Hello, everybody.
And welcome to...
Welcome. Why'd you stop? You could have.
I don't know.
Welcome to. We don't have a theme tune that says, "What are we calling this?"
I know, but I thought you say a line, then I say a line, and then you were going to say the next line, but you didn't say anything. So really, you ruined it. You ruined the podcast.
Who are you looking at? There's no one over there.
I don't know. It was weird. I looked at a pop vinyl for a second, and it looked me right back in the eye.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Or do you find that we're only on the 8th episode?
Ooh.
Which one? And I've already run out of
7,
intros.
8?
I've already run out of things to say.
Yeah.
It's quite it then.
Yeah.
Alright.
Probably enough.
Oh. Well, this week we've got no films to review.
No.
Because we were going to go watch Flatliners, but we didn't for 2 reasons. First reason, we're both fucking really ill.
Yeah, again.
And I was off,
Yeah.
so I didn't go into work to even go watch it. And even more of a reason, I didn't want to try and go watch it because the reviews aren't very good for it.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're really bad. Yeah.
So there was probably no point because...
So we gave that a miss.
Yeah.
And decided on something else for this week.
It's relevant to it, and it's relevant to Blade Runner next week. What is it? Now you can say something.
I kept going to say something exciting, but then you kept talking, so now I was just going... Snake films. It's not snake films. It is remakes and reboots. Woo! I've got a live audience today. We don't.
Right. Number 1.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the films. I'm going to start with somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. With something. God, I do sound nasally. I do still sound ill. You're wrong.
You do sound ill, actually, on the mic.
So do you.
You
It's
do.
terrible. Let's start with Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have
Because
that one
this, to me, is the soul of why remakes and reboots can really fuck off.
too. Yeah.
It's just fucking terrible.
Well, now, I wouldn't say it's completely terrible in, like...
But you're wrong.
No, like we said, if you take it as its own film and you don't try and say to yourself that it's like a continuation of original Ghostbusters, it's not that offensive.
Not offensive. It's still terrible. Doesn't need to be offensive. No
Parts
one's
of it
swearing
are
at me at the film.
enjoyable.
No one's
Parts
telling me
of
to
it.
fuck off. But it's still terrible.
Yeah.
Because I said this in the first episode of the podcast, I think, but I
Yeah.
think we got rid of it because no one cares about my voice, which was that they should have acknowledged the first film.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was when the trailers were come out for it, it was like, oh, this is set after the original, so it's still relevant, it's still in the same universe. But then
Yeah.
the trailer was like, because the trailer said, no wait, sorry, they said that it wasn't gonna be relevant to the first film, that it was a new universe,
Yeah.
and the first one didn't exist. But then the trailer started off with a black screen and said, this many years ago, there was a team of Ghostbusters. It made no sense.
Yeah. Well, but I thought they kind of were acknowledging it because there was like little hints of it and like the fire stations.
It's just trying to get nostalgia,
dunno.
but it doesn't because they're all in it as different characters, aren't they?
Yeah.
All the Ghostbusters that are still alive are all in it as other
Yeah, true.
terrible cameos. But
That
the thing
is
is,
true.
what I said in the original episode that you
Yeah.
took out because you're mean, is that if they had used the original and used it as some kind of like nice inspiration of why these women want to become Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
because they all wanted to become, 2 of them wanted to become Ghostbusters because they believed in the paranormal. I forgot the word then. I say natural. They believed in the natural. They believed in the paranormal. That's why they want to become Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Have they were inspired by the old Ghostbusters? That'd be a
Yeah.
really nice little thing. Make it a bit more hearty, a bit more nostalgic.
Yeah,
But
I
instead,
get
it's fucking terrible. Not offensive, but terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't. There were parts of it that I enjoyed, but that was probably more
Chris
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Yeah. Yeah, which I hate to say, but not I hate to say, but like it would have been nice if they were doing like a female led film that
Which is
you
such a shame.
enjoyed the
The male part the
performances
most,
more,
yeah.
not more than the men, but like equally as much. But
He was the funniest character in that.
he was,
Which
yeah.
is
He's
such a
very
shame
good.
because, like you just said, if you're doing it, because the whole point of the film was like, let's show how we can flip the gender to have female led stuff, and it was terrible to start with, and then on top of it, the funniest character was the male character. Not because he was male, but you've made the funniest character a male.
Yeah.
Even though he is kind of the joke of the whole thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
You want to take a swing at one? Or?
Well, I'm going to kind of do a group thing here because there's, I mean, if we talk that in detail of everyone I have written down, we'd be here for 3 weeks.
That's
so
all right.
I'm going to do a little group of Disney remakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even think
because
Disney.
I wrote down Beauty and the Beast, and then I was like, oh, but Jungle Book, oh, but 101 Dalmatians, oh, but all the ones that are coming up.
They've ever released.
I think the problem with these live action remakes, the problem with them is, I'll say it again, the problem with them
Neither of us can speak this week. We're too ill. How's it better? As you know.
Anyway, maybe not everyone's issue, but my issue is ones like Beauty and the Beast that are classic. Well, they're classic to everybody.
Sorry,
but
every time you pause, I think you're just going to collapse. But these
Sophie. Oh God, she's dead. Yeah, like Beauty and the Beast. I love that film so much from when I was little, and I've got so many good memories of it that half of me was really, really excited to see it. Not so much when I found out it was Emma Watson, because she sucks. Not as a
Fuck you, Emma!
Not as a human being. She's great, but as an actress, she's the pits. But yeah,
she said the shits.
No. Yeah, so I think it's like a half and half. You're really excited to see what they do with something that you have loved for so long, but equally it kind of not ruins it completely. But then they didn't change it up or anything. They just did.
They had a backstory, didn't they? I mean, I still haven't watched it. It feels like I have because I've cleaned 50 screens of it and done so many screen checks.
Yeah. But they didn't change enough of it. It just literally felt like I was watching the animation in real life, which I know is kind of the point, but I think if you're going to do that and spend that much money and that much time and effort,
change it up.
It looked beautiful.
Should just release some live action stills of it and not the film.
Well, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be the excitement.
Celebrate the
factor.
anniversary.
Yeah, something like that would. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Yeah. But then something like The Jungle Book, and I know everyone will curse me now because it's always like number one on those top 100 Disney lists for some very strange reason to me.
What, the original one?
Yeah, it's always the top. It's always number one.
I
yeah.
clearly don't look at these lists.
Wow, yeah, or like at Christmas when they have those top 100 Disney films like they do every single year. I guarantee there'll be one this year, and Jungle Book is always number one.
Yeah.
I never warmed to that film when I was younger, and I don't think it's because it's like a boy lead or anything like that. It just didn't grab me. But I really liked the live action.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's because I love.
It looked brilliant.
Yeah.
And it was darker,
yeah.
And they had really good
voice
actors.
Darker, yeah, and they had
I don't think it was quite as
thing.
I mean, it had a talking bear, like a jokey bear. The Bill Murray bear.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was as campy as Beauty and the Beast in a sense. But that's just Emma Watson, isn't it? I think she's like, oh my god, what's happening? A teapot talking?
She was just rubbish. She can't sing. Sorry, Emma Watson, but you can't sing. Like, it was
Again, I love that we're addressing him like they're going to listen to this.
But it was just completely auto-tuned the whole way through, and it was rubbish. But then, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if there's some correlation between whether you absolutely love the animation or whether the film is good. Like, because if, like, for children now, if they are little and they haven't really seen the animation or they've only seen it once or twice, they probably love the live action remake, but that's probably because they don't hold the animation.
Maybe it's more for them.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone. Maybe it's just a money grab. I wonder if you could ever associate that with Disney.
Well, I probably not. No. But then there's others like 101 Dalmatians. I love I know it's quite old now, but I love the live action one of that. I also like the animation.
You know, the live action Cinderella.
I love the live action Cinderella. Yeah,
So
and I really
live
like
action, or that you love the animated versions.
Yeah, I did know, and I really like the animated
It's just
Cinderella.
the quality
Yeah,
of the
so
film,
I
then.
think so I think maybe it is that. I think just because Beauty and the Beast is my favourite. But yeah, no, I love the live action Cinderella. I thought that was great. I think they should have just left it there. They were like, that did well. Let's do another one of them. Let's do all of them. Just a little side note here. Sword in the Stone is getting a live action remake, which I don't know how I feel about that, again, because I love the animation so much. The thing is with these, though, I'm always so excited to see what they do, and like you want to see those characters in real life, but then kind of once you've seen it, you want to go back and forget you saw it.
It's the story of King Arthur, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's fucking done King Arthur.
But I know
I know it can be different, but then you don't need to make it a remake. Just do another Arthur story.
Yeah.
Or just don't do it at all.
Yeah, don't do it at all. But what I was going to say is that Brian Cogman, who
It says
is
that you just made that name up.
Brian
It's like a
Shamalamanana.
superhero in disguise. Brian Cogman.
What? Yeah, no, Brian Cogman, writer and producer on Game of Thrones, is apparently working on the screenplay for Sword in the Stone.
He's done fantasy.
Yeah.
Let's get him to do some more
Hang on,
fantasy.
there's swords in that. Swords in the
this.
Stone, oh my god!
Exactly the same with when it's like, oh, Kit Harington does Game of Thrones. Let's get him to do Pompeii. That'll work out.
He's definitely going to play...
While we're just saying like this, I'm gonna make a beg right now. I'm gonna plead that we stop taking fucking Game of Thrones actors and actresses and going, they're in a fantasy thing. Let's put them in another fantasy thing. Just get some other ones. Just because
but they won't
because
they draw people in, don't they?
Oh, well, it's stupid. And if I see any one of them in The Witcher, I
God.
swear to God.
Oh no, don't. That'll really ruin it for me.
Exactly.
It really will.
Don't do it.
Yeah, just some others that haven't been made yet, but Lion King, Aladdin,
Well,
Little
Lion King and
Mermaid,
Aladdin are quite close.
they're doing them all. Also, they are doing... I know we're going to move on to this in a
Aren't
minute
you diving
anyway.
into your other list?
Yeah, well, I am, but it's kind of all relative because it's...
matter.
Yeah.
It's not how we've structured this, you're ruining it.
They're doing Dumbo, and they're also... Because I don't want to come back to Disney, that's why. But they're also doing... Apparently, they're doing...
Back to Disney, goddammit.
They're everywhere. They're doing Mulan, or Mulan, however you like to say it. They're doing that, but apparently it's not like top on their list because everyone forgets about Mulan. But Sony are also doing it, a live action Mulan. So there's going to be 2 live action Mulans.
Brilliant.
But Sony, I think, are going to get there first. But there's going to be like more related to the like original Chinese legend. So I think this is probably going to be better.
Well, to be honest, whenever you get a Disney film, it's accompanied by another animated or live action film that's exactly the same. I'm sorry to do this to you, but you had Zootropolis, and then Sing was very similar right after it. I know they're different subjects, but it's quite similar.
It's like
you
it's
had
a community
Bugs Life,
of animals.
and then Ants.
Oh, I love a Bugs
I
Life.
still would argue that Big Hero 6 is quite similar to How to Train Your Dragon. You're just swapping out dragons for... It is. Baymax is quite similar to Toothless, and I know he talks more, but they are. It's a kid. It's a kid with long emo do, quite nervous and nerdy, riding an animal.
When you said Toothless, I thought you were going to say Two-Face, and then I thought you got words all mixed. You're like, Toothless. I don't know why I thought you were going to say Two-Face. He's not in How to Train Your Dragon. Oh yeah, I don't know that those are similar.
All right.
They don't feel similar.
They're different enough.
Yeah.
But it's like I just said, it's a kid with an emo do riding the back of an animal, and like happy, like in this. Oh, just trust me. There's some really kind of similar imagery in those films.
I don't trust you.
Well, I don't trust you and your sick ways. All right, tailing on to your Disney stuff.
Yes.
Star Wars.
What's that?
Disney. What's that? What the fuck is Star Wars? It's about reboots and remakes.
God.
Well, they've rebooted Star Wars twice. First time went fucking miserably. Second time, it's been going all right. This is what I was thinking when I was writing this. The first one, went miserably, and they're terribles, and no one liked the prequels. I just said they were terribles.
I was going to let it go. Did you hear me go? Terribles.
Second time round, The Force Awakens was a lovely reunion back with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But now it's a bit shaky. Not because
Why? What?
Well, because Rogue One was okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But the trailers were a lot better than the film. I mean, it's good because they're not bad films.
I know what you mean, because I think if Force Awakens had happened and then you'd come away from that and now this new one was coming, you'd be like, okay, I'm ready. But now that Rogue One has happened, like you say, the trailers were misleading. Now it's like, are these trailers misleading too? Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, much. Yeah. But there's that, and then also the Han Solo stuff doesn't sound like it's going very good at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they've made it such a big, like, yeah, they're just... It's good still. It's a lot better than prequels, but it's still shaky.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I'm going to say remake. I'm going to be a little shit and say remake as well for that, because Force Awakens is quite similar to New Hope.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
remake, but...
well, I don't know. I'm sure we can make an argument for that.
You got anything to... I've got more I can tail on to Star Wars.
To Star Wars? Yeah, you go with that. Because
Marvel, because that's still Disney.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, this is the third time round. It's taken them a while, but they've actually got... Well, people like, obviously, Sam Raimi's Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire, but they've started that
They'll
again.
always be very dear to me, just because it was like my first introduction to Spider-Man, because I didn't read any of the comics or watch the animation series or anything like that. So that was like my first introduction, and I think it probably was for quite a lot of people, and it's quite a big thing when Spider-Man came out. So I'll always love those, and I do just love the film, and I've seen the first one probably about 50 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is better.
We've actually gone quite half positive, but I mean, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's going all right with that. I mean, I think that it's more of a on point. I can think of the words I can say on point instead with its adaptation of the comics, because this one he's finally the age he should be.
Yeah.
And he has the web shooters are mechanical like they should be. Basically, it just feels more like what I think people are actual like OG Spider-Man fans wanted. This is probably what they've probably got what they wanted.
Like, I know we always take the mick out of like the actors not being the right ages and saying, oh, they're like 30 and they're playing 15-year-olds. I didn't actually realise until you do see them. I know he's not 15. I know he's 20, but he looks very young. But
Tom Holland.
Yeah, it really makes a difference. It feels like such a different thing when they actually look the ages that they are meant to be. It feels like a totally different You know, still it's
borderline a bit too much.
It's borderline,
but it's not as bad.
But when you compare Tom Holland with Tobey Maguire
and Andrew Garfield as well,
and like Kirsten Dunst with whatever one of those girls is called. I don't know any of
Very memorable names. That film.
Yes.
Very memorable.
I don't know the actresses' names is.
Staying with Marvel, Daredevil and Punisher.
Yeah.
They're technically remakes in the sense, well, not necessarily remakes, but maybe reboots, because we've had a Daredevil film and we've had 2 Punisher films, or maybe 3. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Thank God they've redone those characters, because I absolutely love them. Well, we haven't seen Punisher yet, but that looks incredible, and they've got a good enough fucking actor, high caliber actor to do it. And Daredevil is fucking brilliant.
Yes.
Did you like that? High caliber.
High caliber.
Punisher style. And Daredevil is incredible, even though people don't like that film. So that's kind of good that they've done that, because because again, they've stayed close to what the comics were like, and I just think they've done a really good job with those.
It's thingy in the Punisher film, one of the Punisher films, isn't it? It's Aaron Eckhart?
Don't know, never seen him.
Two-Face.
Don't know.
Or half-face, as you keep saying. When we're playing the Batman game. He's going to be half-face.
I'm sorry,
Two-Face.
but it's more precise, isn't it? Half face. He doesn't have 2 faces. He still has 1, but he lost half of it. So what does that leave him with? Half a face.
Half a
and I don't have the energy to say half a face, so it's half face.
Anyway,
thank you very much.
I think it's Aaron Eckhart. I've seen that, but I don't remember it. But I know my sister.
I think
loves
people like one of them.
She loves it.
Yeah, I think people do like one of them.
I think it is that one. Yeah, my sister loves that.
Probably.
So, yeah.
It's like I said, rubbly.
Say it again.
Rubbly.
My sister loves that. I don't know why I keep saying it. It's like I'm trying to get her to sponsor us.
Staying in that field still, it's not Marvel. Well, Marvel Comics, but
marvelous.
Just other superhero stuff. So X-Men, technically X-Men First Class, you could say was a reboot. I know they've connected them to the original X-Men films.
Yeah.
But it kind of was a reboot. You had all the same characters but played by different actors because they were younger.
Yeah.
So it kind of was, which again is quite a good reboot. I quite liked First Class.
I think you can call it a reboot anytime it's
a bit of a gap.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Anytime they change like the director or actors or whatever, it's a reboot.
Search for definition. What is a reboot? It comes up. A bit of a gap.
A bit of a gap. A small change.
But yeah, I was going to say about that. That's gone really fucking downhill because Days of Future Past was okay, and then
Sorry.
Apocalypse was just a fucking cereal bowl of shit. So
I was quite lucky because I saw that, like, I think it was probably just about to leave theatres. I've been reading too much American movie news because I would never have said about to leave theatres. I think it was like just on the tail end of it being in cinemas that I watched it, and by that time everyone was like, it is the worst thing
by everyone
ever,
that's me and telling you
ever,
it was terrible
ever,
as
yeah,
well.
well, yeah. But I was just expecting to just be like totally bored and it to be atrocious, but in that sense I didn't mind it as much because I was expecting to like die of boredom. But it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I think that's only because, like I say, everyone has said how awful it was, you know, when you're just not expecting anything at that point.
Yeah.
So
the high point in that film for me was tripping over the chairs because I went to go watch it in Cardiff, in the Cineworld in Cardiff.
Oh yeah.
And I walked up the stairs,
Yeah.
but the film was just starting as I went in, and it was pitch black, and I couldn't see shit. And I didn't want to be one of those people with a torch. Me and Chris were like, oh. I just kept tripping and hitting all the chairs.
So you're that.
And then the minute we sat down, boo! Lights.
Wow.
Annoying. Yeah, that was my favourite bit of that film. So
You're
it
one
was
of
great.
those really annoying people that comes in late and they're like, excuse me,
I'm
I'm in there. Excuse me.
There was no one in it,
Excuse
funny enough,
me.
watching that film. I
Oh.
wonder why.
Oh well, yeah.
It
was my pen.
Oh, what you did.
Wondering what that noise was. Don't know what to say next.
I've got loads here. So
I've got loads, but they're not really related, so I feel like I might just reel them off.
Just jump over. Mine aren't related. That was all my Marvel / superhero-y front.
Well, actually, I do
big
have a
stuff.
small collection of horror.
All right, let's go into horror
Horror.
reboots and remakes. I'm going to keep repeating those words because, like an essay, you keep on topic if you say the
Yeah,
same,
if you keep
the
saying
title
it,
words.
yeah.
Reboots and remakes. Horror.
The Ring, The Grudge.
Oh, sorry. Before we go into all the separate ones, can I just make a statement about this? Just an opening statement for this paragraph
Come
of
on,
our
then.
essay.
Come on.
All right. With horror, what's interesting, what I've just realised, is a lot of like classic, well, what we consider classic horrors. So The Fly, The Thing, which are awesome.
Yeah.
They are all kind of still remakes of other films, not necessarily under the same title. The Thing, I found out, was a remake.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the original was cronenberg's Obviously, The Fly was a remake. Cronenberg's was a remake of an original Fly. But basically, so like, I feel like remakes up to like the last 20 years or so haven't been too bad. But now, in the modern era, the last like 20 years, fucking shambles with horror films, isn't it? Before you go into them, but like they've remade so much.
Yeah.
And it's not like doing Freddy. They've done fucking Jason again. They've done like every.
Yeah.
Like they're just doing all the icons in horror.
They're not
again.
done either. Like there's some
Still
like
going.
in the works now. So yeah.
Yeah. If you want to go on to what you're going to say, because
What
you're
about
the
horror?
same.
If I start with The Ring, I know we've spoken about The Ring a little bit before anyway, but I think that was quite a good remake as well.
I think it's quite. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Any
It's
of them?
horrible. Don't watch it. It scares me so much. The Grudge. I don't know if I've seen the original Grudge all the way through, but I know I've seen bits of it. But I feel like, even though I think The Grudge is good, like it's quite scary. The thing is, I watched these when I was quite young, so maybe now, and with the horror we've been watching recently, maybe I wouldn't find them as scary.
Yeah.
But they seem like good films when I originally watched them. But the clips I've seen of the original Grudge, I think it looks a bit eerie. I just heard it. I just listened to clips.
Extracting from all the terrible horror,
Yeah.
we watched Let Me In, which is the remake of.
I
is that
just
what you're about
went.
to say?
Yeah.
Let Me In.
Yeah, Let Me In.
Which is the remake of.
Yeah.
Let the Right One
Yeah.
in. But I felt for like for a remake, it didn't feel like the same as every other horror remake, where it was just like, let's just take this and make it the same. Because every other horror remake that's been terrible is terrible because they've taken like an icon or like a really like iconic horror film and made them all the same. As in like basically all the remakes of horror films and of the last 20 years are pretty much the same film. They're just jump scares and the same plot and they don't really change. Whereas I thought that actually felt like it was trying to be an adaptation, was trying to sort of honour. I haven't seen the original, but it didn't feel like a normal horror film. It quite sinister and it felt quite foreign in terms of it felt like I was watching a foreign film. It didn't feel like it was American.
I know what you mean because it feels different to other remakes, but the original it is Let the Right One In. The original of that is so good and it's so frightening that this just felt really rubbish in comparison. Like, I think if I hadn't seen the original, then maybe I would have appreciated it for feeling different, like you say, from other horrors, and like that it's not jump scares. But the first one's so good and it's so scary that this just felt absolutely rubbish in comparison, and really slow.
Country is the original one from? I'm so sorry. I was trying to Google what country the original one is.
Yeah.
And I typed "let the right one." I started typing "let the right one" in, and it typed "pet the right one."
Pet the right.
Pet
one.
the right one.
Oh.
That'd be an interesting remake.
Well. Sounds frightening.
It's actually Swedish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Didn't know that.
I don't know why.
Doing it.
Oh, is it?
Pet the right one in is Swedish. Yeah. It's non-stop with horrors, isn't it? Because we've just had It, which again, but then that's quite a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that did. I don't know. People still prefer the original. I sometimes think people just say that because it's cool to say I preferred the original.
Well, yeah, I was
first
thinking
one.
that, but then that's similar, I guess, to what I was saying about Beauty and the Beast, and whether it's just that you have such a good like memory or a fondness for something original that when they remake it, you
Such a
go,
fondness for a deadly clown.
No,
I
but
just think
like
it's
you
because
know,
the remake was shit. I think it was because people didn't like it as much. Not shit, but I don't think people liked it as much as the original Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, maybe.
Then other one, Flatliners. I mean, it's non-stop. It's still happening up until this week, and that's just also completely flopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I read about it was just that you're just remaking it and you've not changed anything about it.
The bits I've seen where I've been screen checking at work, it doesn't.
That'd be great.
You know, when you walk in and you go, oh, I kind of like feel like I could get distracted by this and watch it for a few minutes. Not that we do, of course. But every time I walked in, I was like, meh. It just, it's not grabby. It doesn't.
It's a mixed cast. Because I like Ellen Page.
Yeah, I do.
And I like, completely forgotten his name, the guy from Rogue One. Although his hair looks hilarious on the poster.
It's so funny. He
But then
looks
you've
really
got-
different.
I don't know my name. The other ones, and they just look like they're like casting for teens.
The other guy I've seen in a lot of like English dramas and stuff, and he's really good.
Downton Abbey.
He wasn't in Downton Abbey.
I should have guessed.
I don't think, unless he's in the last series, which I haven't seen. But he was in something similar, and I think he was in Happy Valley. I'm probably wrong, but I think it was him in Happy Valley, which is brilliant. And if it is him, it was really good. If it's not him, then well done to that guy in Happy Valley, because he's really good. Yeah.
You want to move on to? Are you happy to move on to sci-fi? Mm-hmm. Jump across to sci-fi.
Yeah.
I'll start with the Actually, no. I'm going to start with the positives first because I want to end this reboots and remakes bit on. Yes, said it again. I want to end it on a negative because they can all go fuck themselves. Starting on the positive.
The thing is, sorry, just with you saying that, I hate. The thing is, I hate the idea of reboots and remakes. That doesn't mean that there isn't sometimes really good films come out of it, but then equally, if I have the choice of watching like a really good remake or reboot or a brand new piece of something that somebody's written, which is equally amazing, then I'd obviously rather see the original. So it's not saying that there's not sometimes good films that come out of them, but
you know, there's too many when
original.
Oscars has an original screenplay award. When you have original something awards, because there's so many bloody.
It should all be anyway. Go on. Sci-fi.
Yeah. Positive note: Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, put that.
Yeah, technically, well, they are remakes because they're remakes of later Planet of the Apes films. Because there are Planet of the Apes that have already gone.
Well, they're reboots, I would say.
Well, it's a reboot, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them are reboot. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. No, sorry, Rise of the Planet of the Apes was the reboot.
Yeah.
Because it started off again after Tim Burton's messy shit. Should be a good film. Tim Burton's messy shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a reboot, but they're remakes because there's original. You know how Planet was like 5 films or however many. They already covered the ground that these ones are, so they're technically remakes as well by definition. Their whole trilogy's finished up now. I imagine he's going to make more, but Matt Reeves has absolutely smashed it with them. They're brilliant.
They are stunning.
The other one, I'll say the other good one first, and then I'll say why I think this is how you do. Well, this is what makes reboots and remakes good. Is Mad Max Fury Road is a reboot.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why these are so good is because you've got a good director, and they're taking because these are films that you can have remakes and reboots because we should do a count of how many times I'm going to say those words in this.
Yeah, stop saying it.
Because they take the ideas of those universes that make them independent and they expand on them.
Yeah.
Apes is if you're going to reboot that or remake that again, then you have to take the idea of it being. You're going to take the idea of it being a planet of apes. That is what makes that franchise what it is. So take that and work on that idea.
Yeah.
And he's done that, and he's changed them up, and he's made them serious, and the CGI is brilliant, and they've not made them look. They've made them look less stupid. They've just taken the idea from the original, the good thing about the original, and worked on that.
And they've worked hard on them as well. It wasn't like a thingy of like,
for just making money.
I've got an idea, and then it was turned around in like a year and a half, and it was out, and that was it.
No.
And then there was one like every summer. Like they've really taken their time over.
He didn't make it to make money off the name, isn't Phil? He
No.
took it because he thought it'd be an interesting thing to sort of explore.
Yeah.
Same with Mad Max. It was. I mean, he obviously directed the originals as well.
Yeah.
But with Mad Max, it was the fact that he's expanding on that universe. The idea of the lack of like. Like the idea of worshipping gasoline and all the kind of ideas, he's expanded on those kind of and explored those ideas.
Yeah.
That's why they're brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you got any other brilliant sci-fis before I say about the shit sci-fi?
Sci-fi, brilliant. No.
No.
Just bad.
Amazing. Going on to bad.
Yeah.
You want to give me yours first, actually? I've got...
Well, yeah, it was something that I was hoping would be amazing and looked amazing in the trailer, and then I was like, no, Godzilla.
Yeah. I don't remember it.
So good.
On the plane.
It was like hot off the back of watching Breaking Bad for me anyway. I think.
Yeah, it was
maybe
quite
I was
soon.
watching it. I can't remember.
It was quite soon after Breaking Bad finished.
But I know, I know I was like pumped because it was Bryan Cranston, and then he was in it for like 4 minutes. No,
Spoilers.
probably longer than that. But, well, no, because you don't know what capacity he's in it for those 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he dies.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah, that was so disappointing. It wasn't the worst film I've ever seen, but it was just like compared to what I thought it was going to be, it was pretty dire. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree. It was because the marketing was very good for that as well.
Yeah.
The posters were awesome. I think the trailer was very good at hiding Godzilla.
Yeah.
Whereas Kong was like, here's a giant ape! And
yeah, no, that is true. Yeah, I think that was it as well. Like, you hadn't seen it, and so I was like, oh my god, that is going to be a great reveal, and it wasn't.
No. Saying about that's interesting with Kong, actually, like, tailing onto Godzilla, because that, again, is obviously a remake. Yeah. But the thing with Kong... I actually like the ideas in it more than I like the ones in Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson! I liked that it was the fact, like, I like the idea with like the giant, all the ideas in the new Kong, like the giant spider stabbed for his mouth, and the creature designs. Yeah. I did like, and I preferred that. Yeah. But because it kind of felt different. But the thing is with that is the film was terrible.
Yeah.
And it really sucked. So I mean. Yeah, it's interesting that because I did prefer some stuff, but I also because it felt like it was a lot more brutal and less of a love story, which I liked, but I didn't like it because it was terrible. The film was shit, so fuck you, fuck all of you,
all of you
involved.
I was just going to say about King Kong as well, but I actually I think you covered everything I was going to say.
That's terrible. When I said those words, you guys covered.
Yeah, it was shit. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Yeah.
Independence Day Resurrection. We haven't watched it, but why have they done that?
No, I've seen a lot of bits of it. I mean, what can you say?
I think there's a council of aliens in it. I think they're expanding it to like a universe where it's like there's a council of aliens and humans are just one race. And
get them blue beams ready, y'all.
Yeah. Did you ever read Will Smith's death? How they explained? Did you ever see what happened to his character? They explained it away in like on their website.
No, I don't think so.
Because he was a pilot. He was doing a test run in a jet, and it crashed, and he died.
Oh, the end.
That's what they wrote for him. I think Will Smith found out like that's fucking ridiculous.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. That's how they killed him off.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's funny.
It is funny.
Oh.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Are you alright? Oh God. Yeah. He's back. Karate Kid. That was just a very, very sidebar because it's nothing to do with any sci-fi, but it is Will Smith's son.
There you go. You've
connect them dots. Yeah, terrible. That's all.
That's all terrible.
Awful.
Moving
on. It was bad. So back onto I've got a few more.
You've got loads. I've got
The Mummy. Oh, The Mummy. Yeah. So
this new Dark Universe Mummy. Do you mean?
Yeah. It's a typical example of going, everyone loves The Mummy, let's make another film of it. We've got a much bigger budget. We've got Tom Cruise. Like, it's going to be great. When actually, the original. Again, I really love the original because of like, again, fond memories, blah blah blah. But unless you're gonna completely like rinse the first one with your budget and like make it just the best thing ever, like The Mummy is quite like a cult favourite. I don't think they should have touched it.
Go for every reboot unless you're gonna rinse the first one.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean when it's like such a cult classic now, The Mummy, like everyone likes it. I mean, they're bad. They're not good films, but
the first one's alright.
They're bad, but they're good. Yeah.
I don't know. I quite like Dwayne The Rock Johnson as a Scorpion King, animated, half animated.
It's so bad. It is so bad. It feels like, wait, am I playing a game that's also really bad graphics? It's so funny. It's kind of like they just superimposed his face on it. Like, you know those like...
Oh, I thought he just put on spider legs.
I thought he just
Scorpion.
grew those.
Oh, she's not spider, she's Scorpion.
He's very committed to his characters, but I don't think that he can do that. Even him. Yeah, I guess you're right. That does go for all remakes, but I don't know.
No.
I just felt like they were going to do something crazy, and also they're trying to turn it into this like multi-universe with loads of other stuff now.
Like, go for it, but then you need to make them certain. It's like a monster universe. So it's all these different monsters. Yeah. And they went to call it the Dark Universe, and I think they have to change that now to monster universe. It was meant to be the Dark Universe. They're not. It doesn't look dark. It's like an action film. It's about if it's about these like kind of like evil things like vampires and such. Make it dark. Make the films dark. Make them really dark. Yeah. Make everything dark. I want to see in the corner.
Yeah, but like
count glasses that shatter.
Glasses.
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
So it's saying that. Do you know what would improve it? What? If Tom Cruise had curtains. Like the original, if they're just giving him the I'll do it. I know they can't see it, but I'll do it for you, like that. They gave Tom Cruise that hair.
I don't want you to ever do that with your hair again.
And that face.
You genuinely look like you're wearing a wig. It's awful.
Toupee.
Keep it like that. I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to put it on social media.
No, because we can't have our faces on there. Because what if they find us from our faces? Google can do that now, you know.
Yeah, I think it can actually. Google can do everything.
We're fucking sponsor from them now, are we?
Oh,
why are you leaning in closer when you're about to say?
Because I was trying to remember. Yeah, saying about trying to like make it better than the original. It's like they make a better film, but it's not better. Like they put more money in, better actors.
Bigger film, but not better. Would have been a better way of
that's
saying
it. Yeah,
Jesus
bigger
Christ,
but not better.
Correct you on everything.
Jesus, thank God you're here, or this would be a shambles. It would be a real shambles because it'd just be me in a room talking to myself, and that'd be really weird. Hello? What did you think?
Did you have an example of
interesting.
this?
Yeah.
Go on.
What?
Did you have any? You just said bigger but not better, but you didn't give any examples.
Oh, The Mummy.
I think about it, you've forgotten what you said. Well, I have the perfect one. It's the one film that I didn't get to in sci-fi.
I do have one.
You go first then before you forget.
Okay. I have it written down, but I'm going to forget anyway. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, that came up a lot when I was looking at reboots.
Oh, did it? I just thought of that one myself.
Tim Burton, wasn't it?
Tim Burton.
I can't
Yes, it was, and Johnny Depp,
and
it was just horrible.
Tim Burton as remakes can fuck off, honestly.
Well, it's just
because he did Apes as well.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm going to put my own spin on them. I'm going to put my own spin on them. Make them all colourful and weird.
Johnny Depp was just like
a dickhead.
He was just so terrifying. Like,
and
I know that character like is a bit sinister anyway and not very trustworthy, but he just made him like a real creep, and like I feel like he should be on some register somewhere.
So he wasn't even acting then?
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking creep.
He's weird.
And a dickhead.
He's so weird to look at. I don't get the whole Johnny Depp being hot thing, because he just looks like a terrifying... Like, if you saw him walking down the street towards you, you'd move over a little bit, wouldn't you? You wouldn't look him in the eye. You'd be like, no, he's gonna like
touch
go
me.
or something in my face, or like try and steal my bag.
My hair.
Yeah, or just like lean in really close.
Stroke my Tom Cruise curtains.
Oh, my ankle clicked at the same time. I did a weird sniff. Yeah.
Can I get onto mine now?
Yeah.
Jurassic World.
Oh God.
Even bigger, but not better, because it's not a park anymore. It's a world.
Yeah.
But it's still a park. We've just called it World.
Yeah. It's because they're going to expand it out. I saw something about that this morning.
Yes.
It's like a weird little trailer, and it said, I can't remember what it said.
It's just
There's
satisfying
something
noise.
about the word. It said, I just hit myself in the head with a biro. It was like a kid, and he looked out the window, and there was a dinosaur, and he went into his parents' bedroom and went, "There's a dinosaur in the garden." And I think it's meant.
What's this?
I think it's meant to be like a little advert for this
Where did you see
continuing
this?
series on Instagram. I can't remember whose account it was on, but it was something to do with these new films,
Oh,
and it looked rubbish.
I think you're just making it up.
I'm not making it up. Now I feel like I maybe dreamt it, but I didn't.
People like Jurassic World.
Fools like
It was quite. Was it quite hot on the back of Force Awakens? I feel like it's
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like nostalgia works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nostalgia. But I thought it was fucking terrible because it just was a laughing stock.
Yeah, it was bad. It looks so CGI.
I do want to
as
watch
well.
it again to be like, why is this so bad?
Yeah.
Because I can't really remember it. But yeah, it was just
Poo.
dinosaur-sized shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all my films.
Craposaurus shit.
You couldn't just work with
It's the
dinosaur
best
shit,
I
could
could come
you?
up with.
Jurassic shit would probably make the most sense, would it not?
Jurassic shit. Yeah.
You got any others? Because I'm
You've
pretty much
upset
done
yourself
for reboots and
I'll
remakes.
just say one that came up in a list that I saw that was a remake that was really good, which is True Grit, because I didn't really think of any westerns, because I haven't seen many westerns and I really need to up the ante on my back catalogue watching of
Westerns.
westerns. But True Grit is a remake that came out, I think, 2010, I want to say. Maybe it was after that, I don't know, but it's very good.
There's always been remakes, so there's something about it being remakes.
Yeah.
I think it's just got worse. It feels like it's got worse.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we just know they're remakes now because we were around for the originals or knew of the
Yeah.
originals. I'm pretty sure Django Unchained was also a remake
Yeah.
because there was a Django film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so many of the films that I love and grew up with, like I just
Are
didn't
frauds.
know were remakes. Like Three Men and a Baby, which I just found out this morning was directed by Leonard Nimoy, which
It'd
is
be really
the weirdest
funny
thing ever.
if that isn't true and you've just been mugged up on the internet and they've just completely fucked you over.
I looked on 3 different sites.
Was it on Wikipedia that it said that?
I don't think I saw it on Wikipedia. Oh, actually, no, I did see it on Wikipedia, but it was on other things as well. But you can never trust the internet. But
Alright.
it was originally a French film and translates to, what did I say? 3 men and a cradle, but it looks like coffin. But that's just the French word for cradle. Still sounds creepy. 3 men and a cradle. It's weird.
I think that's all of it. I mean, there's others.
Okay,
Fantastic
yes.
Four being one of those.
Yeah.
Which has been the originals. The other films weren't that great, but this one's even fucking worse.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year it was.
I think the
2014. I think
The
it was?
thing is, with talking about remakes and reboots, when they're bad, you can like tell them off more because it's like, oh, you
had
tried again and you
source
failed.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas with a new concept, you can go, okay, that was terrible, but at least you tried. Do you know? At least you
Kind of.
tried to come up with something original. Yeah. So I think that's why. When a remake is so bad, why it gets such a bad rap, because you're either trying to make something better and you failed, or the original was so good you've now made it bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's why it's easier to
Jigsaw's
pick on them.
not a reboot, is it? It's just carrying on.
I think it's it's carrying on because
it's kind of
they're still
reinvigorating
talking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he died. I don't know. I've not seen him. I just thought he died.
It annoys me so much because they always make out like this is the last one. Everyone come and see it because it's the last one. You're a liar because you've made another one.
Ironic how Final Destination has how many films? How many Final Destinations are there?
It's never going to be the final destination.
They should rename them. The first one, Fifth to Last Destination.
Yeah.
Second
Yeah.
one, Fourth to Last Destination.
Yeah.
Until you finally can actually do the last one.
Another destination.
Yeah. What was the film that you just said was the tagline was?
Oh yeah. Oh well, I can start with that now in our next section, which is remakes and reboots that are already in the works. So,
But not all of them,
but some
because that's a long fucking list.
no, but not all of them. Yeah, and actually a couple of these are kind of just in talk, so they may not definitely happen, but
But they probably will
But
happen.
the majority,
'cause
yeah,
Hollywood loves a
are
remake.
gonna happen or are already happening. But yeah, no, the film that they are remaking that we were laughing at was Highlander, because the tagline for that film is "There can be only one," or "There can only be one." one of those variations.
I hope the
And now they're
tagline
doing
for the
it
new
again.
one is, there wasn't just one.
Yeah. Actually, there's another one. Our bad.
Fucking hilarious. Oh, wait. No, sorry. There is another one.
Correction.
We were wrong.
There is another. And here it is.
Come see it, please.
We're desperate. Yeah, but that was
Give me a
was
list.
funny.
Throw 'em at me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. Ace Ventura.
Fuck off.
There's no Jim Carrey. It's just another. They're just making
Just
it
another
again.
guy.
I just got a really
talking
bad
animals.
feeling. Yeah, they're gonna just some idiot's gonna be trying to be Jim Carrey, or it's I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You know what? You know what I say about Ghostbusters about like acknowledging the original.
Yeah.
If it's a crazy fucking guy acknowledging that Jim Carrey could talk to animals
Yeah.
or like communicate with animals, and he's trying to do it, and he's a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Yes, please throw it at me.
Yeah.
Hello, squirrel.
Just like an absolute
Something.
nut job.
Yeah.
Or they could do that and like make it a horror.
Trying to
that'd
copy
be
his
good.
hair and his outfit, and it's just if
Yeah.
it's just a wannabe Ace Ventura, that'd be fucking amazing. If it's sadistic
Could
and
be
weird,
alright, yeah.
but it won't be.
It's
It'll just
never
be the
gonna be
same
that
film
though,
every
is
year.
it? Yeah, no.
But I said throw 'em at me, and I'll tell you what I think.
You speaking about Ghostbusters actually moves me on to the next one.
I've done that when you've just skipped a page in your notes.
Well, no, but I
moves me on to the last one.
No, it was one I was actually going to mention in our previous section, saying that I actually quite liked the reboot of Ocean's 11
Damn,
from the
how much
original
did
Frank
it
Sinatra one. Well, I actually quite like that, and I just looked up that
Leonard
film,
Nimoy directed it.
and they are no worse than that. No, not worse than that. He was a good director because Three Men and a Baby is a classic. Anyway, they are.
Preach it.
Preach. They are. Oh, R.I.P. They are making Ocean's 11 again with a female cast.
Fucking hell.
I'm not kidding. But
I'll
it's
get
not
onto
going to
what I
be.
think
It's
of
not going to be
that
11
in our
of
news
them.
section because I
Yeah.
got some news to do with
Well,
that.
yeah. There's not going to be 11 of them. There's going to be 8 women.
Doesn't
George
really work then,
Clooney is
doesn't it?
involved behind the scenes in some capacity. They haven't specified
Sounds
how.
really dodgy.
And so is Soderbergh, Steven Soderbergh. He is also
So that's so
involved.
quick.
So
you just messed up saying Spielberg.
Yeah, well, no, he's also involved.
Yeah.
But the cast so far that they are talking about is Sandra Bullock, Anne Hathaway, Helena Bonham Carter,
So what?
Mindy Kaling, Kate Blanchett, and Rihanna. What is going on? It feels like I made
So what
that
they've
up.
done is go on Google and typed in most notorious actresses,
Yeah.
and Rihanna's on there because she'll probably come up because
Yeah.
she's turned actress.
Well, I don't
That
know what's
can't
going on with that. Like, the thing is, this is all stuff I've read online. Maybe it will change or it's just hearsay, but this is apparently what's happening.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, that and the other news we've had this week and all the Ghostbusters, just
We'll get into the
write
news.
these women an original script.
Or doesn't need to be just female focused. Just
Or
it's
Christmas
equal rights.
Carol.
It needs to be equal. The whole point. Yes, there has been a lot more male-led stuff,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's not fine. Sorry, that's not what I mean. What I mean is that's fine. Yes, we can acknowledge that that's happened, but it doesn't mean we need to equal out by having as much equal female stuff. Just don't have uneven stuff at all.
No, and
unless
just
it's
write-
relevant.
Just write them a new script and stop giving them like the seconds, like the sloppy seconds of an original
Yeah,
script that
new script.
has been done.
Didn't work with
Ocean's 11's
Ghostbusters.
been done and redone, and now they're doing it again with women, but it's not
You're
Ocean's 11 because there's 8. It's just it's
And by not
horrible.
using original
It's
material
horrible. No.
and doing a remake, you're comparing yourself to the to the original.
Exactly.
You've given yourself Ghostbusters. You've gone, let's make it all female, and gone, let's compare ourselves to the all male
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
And
it's-
you're setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah.
Just use the characters
when actually
and whatever
if
gender
you'd gone,
you want them to be.
These actresses all work very well together, and I think they could be good in this kind of genre.
Yeah.
Then write a script for it if that's what you're thinking it is.
I mean, I've never seen Ocean's, but I assume it's not like a crazy idea. Like it's nothing
Well, it's a
crazy out of
heist
the water.
film,
Well,
basically.
yeah, so make a heist film then.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
there's a lot on
We'll
this
get
list,
more
so
into this.
let's move on. American Werewolf in London, you'll be pleased to know, is getting a remake.
Please don't you? Fucking,
No, I know. I'm
just-
saying because you said that scene scared you.
What are my thoughts on that? Make a new werewolf film. Doesn't
Well,
it do
let me tell you this.
that? Alright.
Max Landis, son of John Landis, is
Yeah.
apparently writing it.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yeah. it is interesting.
If he wants to do it because for his dad, then sure.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
But then, yeah, if that's why, if it's like a nice thing for that, then yeah, I'll let it slide. I won't cancel it.
All right. The Birds.
Don't know what that is.
Let me tell the Birds.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
But it's like my worst nightmare. Hitchcock. It's loads of birds attacking. Basically, they all like go nuts.
I need to get better with Hitchcock. If I'm honest.
Yeah, I need to
watch
it again. But anyway, yeah, that's getting a remake. And
don't touch Hitchcock.
Apparently,
don't touch my Hitchcock.
Do you get that? Get your hands off my Hitchcock. I've got to.
That's better. Get your hands off my Hitchcock.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, let me share this news with you. It's being produced.
Why are you doing this like you're preaching this?
By none
Why have you
other.
got your hands like that?
By none other.
You're not preaching
because
in
I'm
church.
just excited to tell you.
Let me tell you
that it's being produced by none other than Michael Bay.
What the Birds is? So that means, oh my god,
they're going to be robot birds. Robo-birds.
I want that more than anything.
Yes.
They're going to explode when they hit you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, but apparently.
I can tell you what's going to happen in the end.
It.
They defeat the birds because they find the mother bird, and when you take down the mother bird, it kills everything else.
Yeah.
Because it's made.
Yeah. So next, I was kind of surprised they haven't done this already because it was so popular at the time, and I thought they might do it off the back of like Gossip Girl and Pretty Little Liars and Girl Hair.
Can I guess what it is?
Flowers. Go on.
Is it Mean Girls?
No.
Fuck.
No. I don't think they're going to do that.
Give them time.
The Craft.
I
don't know if you know
that.
that.
Wizards?
It's 90s.
Witches, sorry?
No, it's like 4 girls.
Witches.
It's kind of witchy. Yeah, but they kind of all dressed in like school gear and like it's very 90s like.
So like a man worker then. They're all dressed in like school gear.
Oh no, school gear.
Of course it's school gear.
But I thought they would do that off the back of that kind of stuff, but they never have. But apparently they are now.
Give it time.
Again, none of the original cast are involved.
All male cast.
Yeah, all male cast. This is stupid because I feel like it's only just finished in the last like 5 years, but they're apparently doing Chronicles of Narnia.
Of course they are.
They're doing.
I feel like it has been a bit of a gap since they did Narnia.
A little bit of a gap, but not really, not enough. No, and because that was a whole like franchise and like it was a really big thing. But now apparently there's a script being written called The Silver Chair. Which sounds
sequel,
like
The Golden Sofa.
Sounds like I made it up. With a brand new cast again. So it's just like just leave it.
Maybe they were thinking about what to call it and he was just staring at a chair and went Silver Chair.
We can't call it Red Chair. We're gonna have to call it Silver Chair. Yeah. But they're doing that anyway.
Amazing. But like I said, I haven't watched them.
Yeah, they're fine. They're not great. Oh, they're doing for goodness sake, they're doing Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Don't know.
Well, anyway, it's a remake. I think it's
sounds like a northern Dirty Dancing.
No. It's really I don't know it well enough to
Skip it.
Talk about the whole plot. No, but I want to talk about it because it's 2 men and a woman in the leads. But now
it's 2 women and a man.
But now it's going to be Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson apparently.
And
it's going to be called Nasty Women, which just sounds like a new film. So write a different script.
A new film.
Yeah. But anyway, they're doing Dumbo, a live action Dumbo, which I didn't know. How are they going to do that?
I said that already.
Did I?
Yeah, under Disney.
Oh well, I don't know how they're going to do that. Is it just going to be a big CGI elephant?
Yeah, a baby elephant, put it on some string.
Well, that's going to be rubbish. Friday the 13th we already covered. Yes, they're remaking that again. I know you already said about them that they keep doing that.
Iconic, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing that again.
I've got a better idea.
Yeah.
I've got such a good idea.
What?
How about
you
just think of your own killer and put them in a fucking film?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Green Lantern.
Well, that's... I think that was coming.
They're going to give it a go again, and they're saying that we're likely to see it in the Justice League.
Yeah,
at some point,
inevitable.
But that's okay because it was so bad.
It's inevitable.
Give it a go. Give it another go. That's fine. The Grudge. Don't know why they need to remake that remake, but
again they're
film. Doing that. Hellboy, we already know
about. Cruise and Crossing Off for doing it. Yeah.
Well, otherwise I'm going to go back to them, aren't I?
Hellboy didn't really need a reboot. You could have just done a sequel.
Yeah.
And carried on. Ron Perlman was fine. I
Yeah.
love David Harbour.
I think that's the problem half the time. Just carry it on, like. Yeah. I don't know if it's an issue, but I wonder if it's an issue with rights or like because it's somebody else's script. Maybe you can't take stuff out of their script and put it. I don't know. So you have to call it a brand new thing. I don't know if it's that. Sometimes I'm not sure. I don't know how all that works.
I kind of think it's like because you don't want to taint it because it's. I get, but I think that's the kind of the things people think go right. Scratch this off. If we forget about that, then if we do this, it won't taint the new thing. If the new thing tends to be great, then it won't taint it. But the new thing is never really great.
No.
And if it's great enough, if it's so great, no one's going to care if it's a sequel.
No.
Like, it's not going to be an issue. It'd still be great.
Yeah.
The things you can't just scratch things off. It's not in your head. It's out there with the world. So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. I know what you did last summer.
You do?
Yeah. You
enjoyed summer?
Yeah. I couldn't think of anything. That was really bad. I just couldn't think of one thing to say.
One activity.
Anyway, they're doing that. I don't know why.
Well, I've heard of it, but never seen it.
It's just a classic sort of teen horror, scream type horror.
Flatliners then.
Yeah.
There you go.
All of that. Inspector Gadget is being redone.
Kingsman.
With Dan Lin, who produced the Lego Movie. So, could be interesting, but I feel
care.
like they did a live action one already, and that was a bit rubbish.
Don't care for it.
Little Women, Sony have picked up redoing.
All male cast?
No.
Little Men?
No, but the point I was going to make about that is that the first cast is so freaking good, and that film is still very good. I think that they're crazy to try and touch that, because that's a real classic. Like, people love that, and all of the cast in that are still acting, like they're still very relevant, so I don't know why they're doing that. I think that's a really strange thing to be doing. Speaking of strange things to be doing,
that's not a good intro. Speaking of strange things to be doing, I'm climbing the ceiling.
What if you took all the jars of Marmite and put them in the sea and watched while they floated with the fish? That'd be a strange thing to do, wouldn't it?
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, The Matrix is being redone, so
fuck off.
Let's just quit now.
You're gonna have it again. Just no, get out.
Apparently,
go away.
Zach Penn is gonna
Who
write.
just make that up? Zach Penn.
Zach Penn, writer.
Zach
Penn. Avengers, Incredible Hulk.
What?
X-Men First Class.
What?
Apparently he wrote on those.
Oh, I thought they were remaking those. What?
No. They're doing what? No. They're redoing the Avengers, yeah. They're scrapping what they've done so far. No. Oh, I'm going to save that one because that is going to really upset you.
I'll throw something.
Pet Sematary. Stephen King. Apparently he hated the original. They're redoing that, so they're saying that maybe he'll be a bit happier about that. Police Academy is being redone. Again, why?
Read something about that? No idea.
Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele,
Oh, they're doing
Key and Peele.
Okay, that could be quite funny.
So actually, I'm interested to see that because although I don't think you need to do it, but I think I'll probably find bits of it funny anyway. They're producing it, but I think they'll probably end up being in it too because they would fit perfectly into it, so I don't know why they wouldn't. I've just made a list here of things that they're remaking that I can't believe they're remaking. Rambo, Scarface, Sister Act.
I knew Scarface was getting remade.
Oh right.
Not Rambo.
Stuart Little, Van Helsing, which I think is going to be included in that universe that we talked about before with the Mummy and Phantom of the Opera and blah. The Fly. They're apparently remaking.
Yeah. You can watch. We watched that recently, Cronenberg's one, and it holds up still to now. So you don't need to make it. It doesn't feel outdated. It doesn't feel ridiculous.
One that is like I used to watch it a lot when I was little. Splash. It's Tom Hanks, and he falls in love with Daryl Hannah, who is a mermaid, and she, it's being remade. Apparently. This is all apparently, by the way. This is all just speculation because this is stuff that I've read. Well, no, but okay. I mean, it is happening, but I'm just saying that I obviously haven't been told by Sony or whoever.
Any film that's ever existed is going to get remade. Let's just put it that way.
It's Splash, but they are doing a role reversal. Apparently Tom Hanks has given his blessing on this, and the merman will be played by Channing Tatum.
There's not bigger issues in the world to fucking...
Channing Tatum's going to play a merman in a remake of Splash. I feel like I'm making
It's got to this point now, it's so ridiculous. It's like, just fuck it, let's just take the piss. Yeah. I bet it's called Plop as well instead of Splash now.
Plop.
I bet that's what it's called.
It tickled me.
It should be just Channing Tatum with like merman half bottom on the cover going, Plop. Coming to cinemas, coming to theatres this summer.
Spring.
Plop.
Yeah.
Spring? It's going to be a summer release.
Yeah, totally will be.
Keep going, come on.
Did I say Stuart Little?
Yep.
Yeah. Right, these two I've saved till last because I feel like you're going to get really upset. And
which one am I going to throw something at? Because I've got ready to throw something.
It could be either.
Alright. Which one am I going to throw?
Oh, actually, I think you already know this one. What? You already know this one. Warriors.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I swear you told me that.
No.
Oh.
TV series.
Said a film, but
when we were in we read ages ago they were making a TV
series. Yeah, that
popped in your head.
Just came back to me as I said it. Yeah,
but they're not.
Apparently, they're making a film.
Why? There's nothing wrong with the original.
No. Right.
Again, TV series. Sorry, TV series would work because there's so many different factions of like fighters, and you could do something with that. You could expand it, but not a fucking another film because the film's fine.
Yeah.
I will throw something like that.
Sure, man.
Because I didn't know that, and that's ridiculous.
Let's keep
I'm going to get it back because I throw it again.
Equipment. Okay. They are remaking Memento.
I'll do it again.
And I will add to the sadness.
Who's remaking that?
Ambi Pictures. I probably should know them.
Bambi Pictures?
Ambi. A-M-B-I. There's no Nolan involvement.
How can they... Why is he giving them the rights to that? Surely him and his brother have the rights to that.
Ambi Pictures have also bought rights to Cruel Intentions, I Heart Huckabees, Passion of the Christ, Rush, Robot and Frank, and Donnie Darko.
Leave them alone. Leave them the fuck alone. This is the problem as well. Remakes never make the film feel like a darker film. They make them feel like more of a franchise. If you do Donnie Darko works because it's so fucking weird and sinister. You change that, you're going to fuck it. Same with Memento. Why is Memento remaking?
And the whole thing about Memento was you trying to work it out as it happened. And now I've worked it out. What are you going to do to surprise me now?
So it's going to be on that list soon. Shutter Island will be on that fucking list too, I guarantee.
Yeah, I feel like
that would work as
TV
series, but still, the whole amazing point is the twist.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
So I thought that was very sad news.
I'm glad you've done all that because it's made me angrier now.
Good.
And I need to be angry at this episode because like I said, even though we're doing all this, they don't need fucking making. At least there has been good stuff, but no, I take original content over.
Exactly. That's the overriding thing, isn't it? Like we say, it's not that there's never been a good remake. There's been an absolute ton, and I'm sure a lot of our favourite films are remakes, but I still feel like whenever something's original content, just for the fact that it's original and you go, oh my god, that's such a good idea, that was such a good film, you just love it more automatically.
I've done it.
So yeah, that's that. I mean, there's a lot more on that list, but they were just some that I picked out because either they're ones that we've watched recently or they're films that we love and
ones that would get me ready to put my head through a wall.
Trash, yeah. And I wanted to see you throw something.
Well, I've got on more of a positive note. Not really, because they can all go fuck themselves still. Sorry, I got an itchy eye and an itchy nose at the same time, so like I'm just massaging my face.
No one can see that. You could have got away with it. I'm used to it.
Alright. Here are some reboots I'd be happy with.
Okay.
If they're done right.
Okay.
Alright, I said this to you not that long ago because I don't really like these films that much. The Purge films.
Yes.
I don't really want them. Again, I don't really want them. But like I said, if you did the first one, you show me that you've... Oh, okay.
No, I was trying to secretly show you that we're on an hour and 5 minutes, and you went, "Are you trying to show me something?" Blimey.
Well, why are you trying to hide stuff from the viewers?
Now we've added on a minute. Just real silliness.
Alright, Purge films.
Yeah.
Because they're the same film over. Well, they're not. They do change a little bit. Fair play to them. But if you had taken the idea of The Purge, yes, I said to you, I think it's a stupid idea. It would never happen, but it's an interesting concept to explore. I know you think it's a nice idea. I get that. But if you set it into another country, because there are some fucking psycho countries out there, I'm not going to name anyone because they're trying to murder me. If you set that in a different country, I'd half believe that.
Yeah.
If you set that in a different like political era or different just like place, it could work. And also, first film could be a purge. Is the event of the purge.
Yeah.
Or the first film could be. Do you know what I like to see? The setting up of a purge. So when people are getting ready for it, like advertisement, how they take advantage of that and use it to advertise for selling certain things, selling guns, selling all that kind of stuff. That'd be awesome. Okay, first film setting up for the purge.
Yeah.
It ends. The purge starts.
Yeah.
Ready for the second one. The second one is The Purge.
Yeah.
It needs to be a dark thriller. It needs to be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It needs to be suspenseful, kind of like Sicario. Just have like,
Yeah.
And then the third one.
Whales.
Yeah, whales in it. It needs to be whale killers. Okay, awesome Purge horror film. Third one to end the trilogy.
Yeah.
The aftermath of the Purge.
Yeah.
And it's court cases.
I was going to say,
about,
I want to see some court cases.
Court cases, how people are dealing with it after the Purge.
Yeah.
If they're going to do another Purge, or if they're going to end it after that first one because it's too much.
Yeah.
Trilogy done.
Yeah.
I would love. That sounds awesome. Sign me up. I'll be the writer for him.
I'd just like to say, because that's such a good idea, that is something that we've discussed together, and that wasn't just all your idea. Because
No, we do. Yeah, we had a.
It was though. I just don't want you to have all the credit for that brilliant idea.
In case they sign me up now.
In case
so
they sign you up, and I want them to know that I was enjoying that. But
All right.
no, I completely, would love to see that, because I do think it's an awesome idea. And the thing is, I know you say like, I don't believe it would ever happen. Did anyone think the current president would ever be in power when he was in like Home Alone and stuff? Did you ever think like one day he is going to be the president of the United States? I'm not saying
So
that.
name a fucking country, you idiot!
I know, but I'm not. Oh God! No, I'm not saying obviously that is comparable. Obviously, it isn't.
All right, don't try and cover
some
yourself
people
now.
would say that it is, but I'm just saying the ridiculousness of it is
All right, next one.
Yes.
Interesting one. I'm not 100% sure of this. District 9. More a sequel, but I guess it kind of would be a reboot because it's been long enough now. General consensus is Chappie and Elysium are not as good.
No.
As District 9.
Yeah.
So he should probably carry on with District 9. I mean, he could be doing. I mean, at the moment, I know he's doing a lot of short films, but I think that he should go back to that and see political side of it and see what happens after District 9.
Yeah.
Not a remake, rebooting it, carrying on with it.
Yeah.
Could just be a
as
sequel.
long as it's as good, which I know you can't guarantee. But
exactly.
Because you kind of don't want to touch it because it's so good. But I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Another small one I've done. I didn't really for this. iRobot. Again, don't want it remade.
Yeah.
Or kind of do. Want it run it again, but more of an indie style. I like the idea of the robot laws. I know it's not just from iRobot, but the idea of the robot laws and the laws of artificial intelligence. And I'd like a world set around that and all the problems with that. Again, just make it more political, make it more interesting, more in depth. And that's all I'm going to say about that one. Okay. This, I also said The Thing, which I love, but I also think...
These are ones you'd be okay with. I feel like if I'd reeled these off the list, you'd be like...
Yeah.
Why are you remaking The Thing?
Do you know why? Because they're all going to be franchise films. They're all going to be big blockbusters and they're going to fucking ruin them. I want them to be indie films. I want them to be like things you could change. So saying with The Thing, I don't want a copy of that. Right. I want a thing about imitation and invasion, about the idea of it being all kind of like a thriller and being like, what is
so it's more that you like the ideas of these films so much that you would not mind a film that was like similar.
Yeah. But that's the whole idea. I think reboot should be taking the ideas and the worlds of these originals and using those to make something the best films that are ones that take the ideas and do something new with them, take them in a new way. The Thing is a really interesting that the alien can imitate things. Yeah. You could use that and make a really cool thriller out of that. Yeah. And it could be to do with identity as well. It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I just think that'd be awesome. And the last one, half for a joke, half because I would love to see it, Tarantula. Because I would love an awesome giant spider film.
Yeah.
Because people don't like spiders. If you use giant spiders, they can be fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And the twist could be that they are an alien. You could try and explain away like they're aliens invading and they've taken the form of
arachnophobia, isn't that?
I don't know.
That's a spider film.
There's been loads of spider films. But kind of in the sense of like Enemy, but more the fact that you're focusing on the fact that there's giant fucking spiders.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what arachnophobia is, but maybe a remake of that would be better because I bet that's really dated now. Yeah. I'm sure that's what it's called.
Yeah, but I just wouldn't use it as a remake because technically it's already been done. But a giant spider film where it's really fucking sinister and dark.
That would be,
because I think that'd be awesome, and make it so they're quite intelligent spiders.
Yeah.
And that is all the ones I put for reboots that I'd be happy with. Have you got any?
No.
Well, it's fucking
I don't want any reboots.
No, saying that on top of this, no, I don't want any, but if I had to have some.
Yeah, if you had to have some. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'm sure that after Blade Runner in 2 days, we're going to be like, make as many reboots as you want if they're like this. But yeah, general rule of thumb is original content reigns supreme.
Do as many reboots as you want, as long as Villeneuve's doing them. I don't care.
Yeah. Who?
You say it louder. I'm going to say Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. I don't know how
we're going to have lots of fun with this next week.
Denis Villeneuve.
Or Vinny. Villy, I'm going to call him.
Let's call him DV.
Alright.
Why have we never done that?
DV.
Anyway.
On to the news.
On to...
What? Well, I already said the word, but what time it is?
It's time for the news. What's the news you got?
Oh, I was waiting for you to go, after the theme.
I was going to, but I did that last week.
Yeah, well,
and then I thought,
you're predictable.
No one wants me to do that again.
It's a fucking horrible noise. Alright, I'll start with the smallest bit of news. In my eyes, Michelle Williams is in Venom. Is that what I should say about that?
That she.
I just think that you keep taking these like high caliber actors and actresses and putting them in superhero stuff, and they're kind of, it doesn't feel like, it just feels franchised. It just kind of
everything
feels
I read about that, people are like, oh, that's surprising that she's considering that, but
because you just did Manchester by the Sea, and it's very different.
Yeah.
Next bit of news.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
DC films are separating now. So we already spoke about how they were saying this isn't going to be related, but now apparently,
I don't believe it.
Apparently they're going to be making films that just don't entirely. Basically, I think they've looked at Logan and Deadpool and gone, these films are awesome because they're not trying to link to the lore to the rest of them. They're going to do the same and make their own separate films.
The Batman films that they're making.
They said.
What is going on?
What's going on? Well, it's linked to Justice League and that universe. It's linked to the DC EU, but it said it was its own film. But now they're saying
be a different actor again.
Huh? No, I think it's still.
It's going to be Affleck.
I think it's still Affleck. I don't know. They keep
said
making
the
things
first one's going to be
messy
2020, so who cares?
They should just say separate it all. Make all these separate films. It's just, I don't care. Do you know what? I don't care. Do whatever you fucking want. They're superhero films. They're limited.
I'm done.
Next bit of news.
Yeah.
Your Name.
Yes, sir.
The anime film we watched quite recently. Literally, I think I know we watched it recently at the cinema, but it came out a bit before that.
Yeah.
But it hasn't actually had a Blu-ray release in the UK yet until next month.
Very sad.
And they've already said they're doing a live-action remake.
Yeah.
And J.J. Abrams is producing it, and the Arrival screenwriter Eric Heiserer is handling the script. I also found out that the people that wrote Your Name, the original, are also helping with it. Oh. Which is a good thing. You should get the originals in.
I mean, it's all good. Like, it's good director, good writers,
but,
original people. But watch the anime. Just watch the anime. It's so good. Frickin' watch that and leave it.
And it's absolutely fine.
Beautiful.
I don't think you could do a live action that's going to be as pretty as the original.
And
I don't think you can.
And I think it's going to lose its quirk, because even though it we can watch it and go, oh, okay, I understand what's going on, it does have a slightly quirky, once removed feeling, because it's a country that we don't live in, and there's different things that happen in it that we don't really know about. And I think if they remake it, especially with J.J. Abrams directing, I think it's gonna lose that, and it's gonna be really American-y, and it's gonna lose the
I was saying that I was
edge.
kind of saying the opposite. I think hopefully because it's J.J. and you've got good people holding onto it, that they're not going to whitewash the shit out of it and make it so it all feels American, because that wouldn't make any sense, because these
sorry.
because these people are from a village in Japan, and the other kid is from Tokyo. They've lived there their whole lives, I'm pretty sure. If you whitewash it so that they're American, it's not going to make sense. And also, why?
I don't think that they'll make it that they're American, but I think that they'll try and make it read better to an English and American audience. So I don't think...
What, lose some of the culture aspects, you mean? Okay,
that's the word I was looking for.
Culture.
I couldn't think of it, and I was like, keep going, so it'll make sense in a minute.
Here's a circle, just walk around it till you get inside
but
of it.
I never did, and now you said culture, and that's what I was trying to say originally. So,
right.
Yeah, I think it still could be not as good.
It won't. Because there's nothing wrong with the original, so leave it the fuck alone, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Next bit of news.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing a Nice Guys adaptation for TV.
Yeah.
Now, they keep focusing on, I've read, it's female-led TV series, and also the producer Joel Silver the producer for the original film, is working on this to adapt the script into the TV series. It's 1 hour episodes for Fox as well, I found out, which I didn't know at first. 1 hour episodes. What annoys with this, two things. We already said about female-led.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be focused on. If you're doing a female-led, so you're not going to use the original characters, unless you are just changing it so they're changing gender. Technically, it's going to be still not the same characters. If you're changing gender, they're not going to be the same characters.
No.
So if you're doing that, you're making something new. Yeah. So it doesn't need to be Nice Guys. You just need to have an 80s buddy cop comedy. You don't need to make it Nice Guys. No. I know it's the same producer, but still. Yeah. Call it something else.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're just going to call it Nice Ladies?
Just everything that I said, like with the Ocean's 11 stuff and the Ghostbusters stuff, just write these women a script. If you want them in something and that kind of genre, write that genre script with 2 female characters. Like, why?
Doesn't need to be.
It doesn't
adaptation.
need to be. Or if it's just giving it a name to try and, if you like Nice Guys, then you're probably going to watch this.
But Nice Guys, Nice Guys isn't even a big enough name to.
No, and have the confidence to go, this is new and it's really good. Like, watch it. So, it's just annoying as hell.
It's a shame it's not a thought. It's just the gravitas of carrying a name of already like something that's already been. All this next chunk of news, which is quite a lot. So actually, no. Okay, sorry. I've got 2 more bits of news before we go on to this massive chunk of news in one. I thought it's worth mentioning because we barely talk about video games that they released a Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. Yeah. Just worth putting in there. Yeah. It's very nice to see. It's beautiful.
And some really, really nice script. Yeah. In there too. Yeah. A couple of lines I was like, whoa, yeah. Yeah. It looks great. It's really good.
Very excited for it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to mention it. Yeah. Deserves a mention. Also interesting, seeing about Disney, they own everything, it's pretty funny. They've actually, I didn't realise they owned Unbreakable, or they had some rights to Unbreakable. Oh. So Shyamalan has approached them to say about making a sequel to obviously Unbreakable and Split, because he's doing the film which is called Glass now. Yeah. And now Disney have said, we want to team up with Universal to help you produce it. So they now have rights to Glass. Oh, so another universe.
For God's sake.
Disney has rights to.
Brilliant.
It's just quite funny, just because. And I also just saw they started filming Glass now.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. But it's just quite funny because Disney had their claws in that too.
I am quite excited for it. I can't say that. I'm not looking forward to that.
And Anna Taylor-Joy's back, if you didn't know already. Huh? And Anya Taylor-Joy is back for it.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's back, as is obviously Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I didn't think she would be in it.
Yeah, she's back.
Oh.
Don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I think they had to bring someone back from. Oh, also I guess
she's
James
fine, but I don't understand how she's like exploded. Like her career is just like
the
skyrocketed.
Witch made her big.
Yeah, but I don't think she's that good in it.
No, but she's. It's a good film. She's good for her age in it. I don't think she's like. Yeah, she doesn't hold it by herself. No, but
she doesn't. It, and she doesn't carry it. No.
Yeah. Yeah. On to this big chunk of news. Basically, I'm calling it a chunk because it's all under set for 2019.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Last week we said about John Wick 3 is set for that. Also set for 2019, which you told me, Charlie's Angels remake.
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks is
directing it.
Yeah.
And they're looking for Kristen.
They saw her direct Pitch Perfect 2 and they were like, yes please, Charlie's Angels remake.
It's fucking stupid. It's just funny because 2019 is going to be a good year. From what this bit of news ago, yeah. Oh, God. I don't really know much else to say for that. Why?
Oh, is this the thing I don't know yet?
Huh?
Is this the thing that I don't know yet?
What are they set for 2019?
You said there was something in the news that I don't know yet.
Oh, it's the Shyamalan stuff.
Oh.
Pretty sure. Oh. Yeah, that was it. There's that.
Yeah.
Also set for 2019. Men in Black.
Yeah.
I've already tweeted about this, but Men in Black is set for 2019, but they're not. Will Smith has confirmed he is not in it.
Right.
and I'm pretty sure they're not using his
Tommy
name's
Lee
gone out of my
Jones.
head. That's the one. Either.
Brilliant.
So you're making the Men in Black spin-off without the Men in Black.
Great.
So
It'll just be other Men in Black agents, will it?
But it's not Ben.
Sounds awful.
I assume so. Yeah, but then what's just no.
Yeah.
Don't need it.
Yeah.
And the last one set for 2019. This is more of a talking point. Terminator 6. James Cameron, when he's not when he's not tearing into a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And making everyone think he's more of an arsehole. He is telling you to forget about the last 3 Terminator films because Terminator 6 will carry on from 2 or will just be related to 1 and 2. Now, it's funny when you have to say, forget about the last 3 films they've done.
Yeah.
I'm back now and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Because they've tried to start a new trilogy 3 times and every fucking time it's failed.
Yeah.
Just fucking honestly,
leave
you
it.
can't keep saying forget this, forget this, forget this. Just leave the franchise. It's died. You've murdered it.
Yeah, and I know people obviously love the original Terminator films, like, well, especially 1 and 2. I know they love them, but what is the point now in going, okay, they love them, let's do more. Oh, they didn't love those. Let's do more.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't love those. Forget that. Now let's do. I don't understand the thinking
when this one
behind
fails,
it
what happens?
at all. What? Oh,
Forget that one.
Oh yeah.
I'll do it again.
I don't know. What happened? Yeah. It's so stupid.
And also Arnie's back, isn't it? And they said, oh, but who's he going to be in this one? Because they had to use his model from... they had to get his model from somewhere.
I don't care.
Yeah. Exactly. And I just said, because this is related to obviously about rebooting stuff and remaking stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I said both. Because you have to, when you say reboot, you have to say remake. When you say remake, you have to say reboot. I also link Terminator to Alien Universe now, because it's exactly the same. It's all over the fucking place. It's a bowl of spaghetti. And I honestly...
It's a bowl of spaghetti when you try and like... And it like flicks all over your face.
Goes everywhere, yeah. They had Prometheus, then they just did Alien Covenant. They're talking about doing more, but they're like, forget this one. Oh, we're going to have a break from that one. Forget this one. No, that one's terrible. Forget that one. Oh, let's do another one. This was going to reinvigorate the fucking universe. Just leave it alone. And that is all my news for this week. There's a lot set for 2019, and it's going to be terrible. That's everything.
Terrible news. Not like the content was bad, just it's all bad news.
Yes, it was.
It's a bad news week.
Alright. You good? Should we just plug our stuff now?
I don't want to say anything. I'm too upset. Next week, we're going to do a reboot of this week, and we're going to remake this exact podcast, but we're just going to redo it.
Do it worse.
Yeah.
And you're going to swap me. And we're going to swap places, so I'm a female, and you're male.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright.
So, look forward to that.
Let's plug ourselves then. So, actually before that, but actually for real next week is Blade Runner 2049 is out in 2 days. So we will be going to watch that.
I'm kind of excited.
On the opening day. Definitely didn't book the day off to go watch it. We'll be watching that, reviewing that.
We're going to IMAX
spoilers,
it to the max, and it's going to... I'm just so excited. I'm trying not to get too excited, but screw it. I'm really excited. Can't wait.
Yes,
That'll
be the focus for next week's podcast.
Yes.
You can listen to us on YouTube. Again, we already said this, but we're also on iTunes now.
Yes.
So you can download them for free onto the podcast app or on iTunes Store.
Yeah.
Which you can just do wherever you want. We might be able to link those to YouTube if they let us.
I don't think you can.
Probably not.
I don't know. We'll find
I think
out.
I said that. Shoot me in the face.
Shoot you in the face? You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram, because we're everywhere.
They are all linked.
We're taking over social media as of...
We're taking back social media.
We're taking it back. We're remaking it, rebooting it.
Yeah, they are all linked to this. And also, by the end of this week, hopefully, if we get all this editing done, it's a lot of work. We should have our new main site up, or not site, sorry, that's the wrong word. Our new channel up.
Wide-eyed runners,
which should be up by the end of the week, hopefully. Well, the channel's already up, so you can go check it out. There's no video, so you're going to be sat there crying to yourself.
Yeah, like, I really wish they'd put a video up, because it's so good.
There's going to be a lot of content.
But you won't have to do that for much longer, because it's going to be video. We
do have a review for film this week, but we do have a TV review, so that'll be going around a short video. Yeah. But I think that's everything.
Yeah, enjoy your lives.
Have a nice
for the week
time. I hope you enjoyed Blade Runner as much as us.
Yeah.
Goodbye till next time.
Bye.